Do you like basketball? Basketball, no. I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not.
Me too.
Figure. I will just say
Well,
that
they can find it.
Well, then we're not bragging about it. That's them. That's them being nosy. To be honest, like it's kind of fucking embarrassing that you guys went and did that. But when Pablo and I first started this, we were like, "Hey, if we could get to Patreon to getting this amount of money out of it per month, oh, what a dream! Oh my god, that'd be incredible." And we did hit that between announcing the census and now. So. Yeah, pretty incredible. Welcome back to the NBA. Wait. Welcome back to the State of the League podcast, the only NBA podcast talking about every NBA team every week. If you're subscribed to the Patreon,
Which so many people are now. We're literally blowing up and exploding.
Welcome back to the State of the League podcast, biggest podcast in the world, everybody.
Last year, we were one of the top 5% video Spotify podcasts in the entire world. I can't imagine what that percent is going to be this upcoming year.
Oh my god, yeah. 4%, get ready to be blown out of the water.
3 were coming for you. Oh my god.
Here, hold on. I have a sound clip to play it for you.
Oh, okay.
I pre-recorded this.
Oh.
There are a number of themes in these videos that echo some dialogue around the state of the league right now.
Yeah, the only NBA
Ben
podcast
Taylor!
to be shouted out by Ben Taylor on Thinking Bass. Subliminally, he didn't say to be echoed by the State of the League podcast, and he didn't like the comment I left on his video that said to be echoed by the State of the what? And but yeah, shout out to Ben. I'm your host Jack, aka Jokic Joestar. With me as always, world famous Pablo Escobar. How the fuck are you, Pablo?
He literally takes his takes from us. He literally listens to our podcast and takes what we say.
I didn't want to say it. But yeah,
It's not the other way around. I pretend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll be watching a Thinking Basketball video, and I'll always hear him go, "The fellas over at the State of the League podcast pointed this out to me," and I never hear us do that. That's the thing. Like if you go back through our pods, you never hear, "I was watching Thinking Basketball, and this is exactly what he said." And we don't like change or alter any of the numbers or opinions that he said or put our own spin on it.
It's fun because on his pod, he's very much like Zach Lowe, where it's primarily basketball, and they'll go off on some tangents, but his tangents will be like, wait, is avocado a fruit or a vegetable? No, I'm getting off track. Let's stick to the basketball, man. They're not here for that. And then we do the same thing, but we are like, get ropes and tie up a certain decision maker and run horses in separate directions. And we're making some. Well, this is YouTube. We're making some redacted threats. By the way.
Hey, we're not doing anything like that on YouTube. We're peaceful, you know?
Yeah.
But
by the way, how about Mr. Bootlicker himself, Mark Cuban? How disgusting and pathetic of a loser he is. Oh, I thought you were the number one I thought you wore a shirt that said one time, question authority. I thought you're just a fan. You're just like us. You're just a regular billionaire. You're one of the good ones. But that you would rather divorce your wife than get rid of Luka. But then when the idiot moron loser does the move without your say because you sold the team.
Yes.
Because apparently the only thing you love more than being a basketball owner is making more money. You want in on the casino scene. More money for what, Mark?
Yeah.
What?
The pile that you could not burn through in a dozen lifetimes. To make that bigger. Yeah. No, I understand. I get that feeling all the time.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, Mark Cuban went to a Mavericks game, and the Mavericks, it's literally 1984. People are getting thrown out for having Fire Nico signs. Fire Nico Harrison, the GM who made the worst trade in history. I was in the coffee shop today. I was thinking, is this the trade before this that I had said is the worst one in history is the Cleveland Browns trading for Deshaun Watson, making him the highest paid quarterback or one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league when he was a known sexual predator, serial sexual predator, went to upwards of like 20 massage parlors and was exposing himself to women against their will.
Yes.
They traded for him, and then he was immediately awful. Like, you don't even get the, I don't care what he does off the field. On the field, he's their third-string quarterback now. He's.
I mean, it's literally like making Kevin Porter Jr. like a max contract guy.
Yeah, and I was like, is this worse? And you know what? I think it is worse because I think you can get off Deshaun within the next within 4-ish years or something. Like, you can reroute the rest of your franchise or whatever. This Luka thing is going to go on longer than that, and you have to live with him just lighting it up on the Lakers. He's already, oh my god. Oh, I have another complaint, but you speak now.
I mean, yeah, like really, I would say everybody, friend of the program, slightly biased. Go watch his new YouTube video, How to Betray a Fan Base. It's like an hour and a half long, and he talks to a bunch of different people. He talks to Kenny Beecham. He talks to like several different Mavs insider guys, just talking about like what happened, what the after effects are going to be, and like what the vibes have been like in and around Dallas lately. And it genuinely is like it's like 1984, like you said. Like, obviously, so there's a few big guys blowing up on Twitter right now who blew up for, holding up, like, Fire Nico signs. There's one guy who got onto the Kiss Cam or the Sing-Along Cam, and he mouthed Fire Nico, and he was escorted out of the arena. It goes way beyond that.
And I did forget, one second. I did forget to finish my thought. Mark Cuban was defending those decisions. That's why we're upset at Mark Cuban. He was telling people to shut up and sit down when they were yelling Fire Nico. And he recently came out and said, well, it's okay to kick these people out because they could become a security threat, and we don't want that. So it's just a security decision.
What a fucking loser. God. What a loser, dude. And, like, I've never been super Mark Cuban pilled either, but, like, just to, like, it really is like you spend 20 years cultivating this image of, like, I am a different kind of NBA owner. Whether or not that's like a better version of an NBA owner, and obviously the ethicalness of billionaires. I feel like our opinion on all that stuff is pretty clear so far. But Cuban as an owner tried so hard to be so different.
I'm just you with different. Money.
Yeah. I wear jeans. I yell at
I'm
the
yelling.
refs. Come on. And so to just completely flush all of that down the drain, defending the most indefensible move in the history of basketball, I wouldn't do it. It is stupid. I mean, I don't feel bad for him or anything. Like, fuck, he's up $4 billion on top of all the other money he's already made, and he'll probably come out on the other side of this, whatever happens, up even more. Like, if Texas legalizes gambling, he'll be up like $3 or $4 billion more dollars on top of that.
But what were you saying about the video?
Yeah, so in the video, all of the people that are like kind of, I don't know, having a moment, famous on Twitter for getting kicked out of the Mavs arena, there's like dozens more that haven't even been like reported on or like trying to say, hey, this happened to me too. Like people walking into the arena with like duct tape over their Mavs jerseys or over the names on Luka. Like they get stopped at the door and they're like, nope, you got to take it off. Put your hoodie back on over that. Nope, you can't come in if you're like that. Somebody tried to like bring like a cardboard cutout of Luka's head into the arena. Nope, it's too big. You can't do that. No, you can't have that in there.
It's too fat of a head. Get a skinnier head.
Yeah. And so it's just from the top down, just such an embarrassing treatment of fans. Like the second that it happened, I feel like everybody was in agreement that like if you're a Mavs fan and you want to jump ship, nobody would be upset about that. Like it's something that you can justifiably change fan bases over. And if you in 20 years are like, oh yeah, I've been a Kings fan, ever since the Mavs traded Luka. Anyone who was around in that moment would be like, totally understandable. But especially in the wake of that, how they've approached it at press conferences, the lack of the press conference after Anthony Davis's injury, how they've treated the fans who have tried to, voice their opinion about this stuff, and just like the fact that they went into the first couple of games in Dallas just being like, we're not going to show any fans on the Jumbotron because we know how
did they really do that?
Yeah, like the first game back, there was nothing on the Jumbotron that showed the crowd in any capacity. And then the second game is when the guy said, "Fire Nico!" and they kicked him out at the end of the game. So, yeah, it's just, from an outside perspective, incredibly frustrating. It makes me angry, and I have no skin in the game. So, for someone who likes the Mavs or has been invested in the team for a long time, I can't even imagine.
Another thing is I'm seeing that Anthony Davis is probably out for the year, and they're just too scared to announce it right now. They're just going to, tease this out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I've seen. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Anthony Davis was out for a while with a core injury, an abdominal injury, and then in the third quarter-ish of his Mavs debut, which was electric, he played incredibly well while he was on the floor. He hurt his left groin, which he's had problems with dating all the way back to his New Orleans days, and I think the consensus from fake doctors on Twitter that I didn't fact check any of these people. The consensus has been that it's probably going to be surgery that would end up ending his season. It has a high success rate of coming back from it and being good the next year or whatever. It's just he probably would not recover in time to play in the postseason.
It's really an unprecedented disaster. Also I wanted to watch the 30 for 30 about the Wayne Gretzky to the Kings.
Yeah, I was
trade.
thinking about that too.
Well, you know what? Do you have ESPN Plus? You're
no.
out of luck, buddy. It's on none of the redacted movie sites that I know about. It's on no streaming it's on none of the many streaming services that I already pay for. Disney Plus, I have the Disney Plus Hulu bundle. There's 7 30 for 30s on there. It's not one of them. The only way you can't rent it off Amazon for $3.99 or whatever. You can only buy it for $20.
Yeah,
it's insane. It's so annoying.
Yeah. Well, you're in luck. There's a new documentary coming out. Have you seen anything about the Bill Simmons Celtics doc?
Oh, is it coming out? I remember he was making it. Or
wait,
wait,
no, it's coming out now.
Wait, is this the finals one, or is this a history?
I think it's both. I think it's a multiple-part documentary series that spans 8 decades of Celtics basketball, culminating in the championship that they won last season, I guess. And so I would assume it has a lot of the film from being followed around last year, but I can't speak to whether or not that's what those camera crews were there for.
I wonder if he's got to be interviewed, right?
Oh my God, it's his company. Yeah, I think he's got some stuff to say.
I wonder if do you think he would ever sell the Celtics if he had them? Yeah,
Bill?
Yeah.
No, probably.
I want to say no too. And that's how Mark Cuban tried to present himself as the Mavericks version of Bill Simmons.
The thing that I think separates the two is that Bill, and I think this also speaks to you probably can't accrue $1 billion or the amount of money you would need to buy a sports team without letting it go to your head in some capacity. I think Bill would be able to firmly take a step back and be like, I love the Celtics. I own the Celtics. Someone else is much more qualified to make decisions about the Celtics.
I don't know about that part. I don't know.
Maybe he'd be heavy. Maybe he'd be heavy-handed, but I don't think he would be I mean,
I think
Nico
that's
Harrison
why
was
he
literally...
does it. I think that's why he would buy the team.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's I'm making the draft. I think he's in the room with the scouts being Moneyball Billy Bean, but instead of like analytics, he's like, don't really see it on the highlights. Pulled up a compilation, not really there.
I saw this guy in person last week. He didn't pop.
I was behind the bench, and you should have seen the way he was talking to his coach. Body language all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, truly, that really is the story of the week. Is the Mavs shit for me though. Like I have never seen a fan base it's literally like they are being suppressed. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. And to the extent where in that slightly biased video, before he dug into all of the stories about the shit that's been happening, when he was watching the games, he was like, I really thought the fans would be more upset about all this, but the environment just looks really positive. And it's because the Mavs are doing like a concerted effort to like frame it that way, to literally like rewrite what's actually happening in real life to make it seem like they didn't make an enormous fucking stupid mistake.
There's already the concept of sports washing, where like the Saudi billionaires are like, nah, we're not killing people. We own sports teams. That's where our money is.
Hey, yeah,
we're good guys. This is like this brings a whole new meaning. Like we got to wash our audience clean of any dissenters. And does he bring up the Vegas theory at all in the video?
Yeah. He touches on it. That's one of the guys he brings in. Is one of the Mavs beat writers who's been around for a while. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but they go back and forth about the conspiracies, and the conclusion that the guy who follows the team reaches is that it is just stupid basketball rather than like full-on conspiracy pilled, mostly because is it Adelsons or Adelman?
Adelson. Miriam Adelson.
So Adelson, I guess they have not really had money in Vegas since they bought the team or since they got involved with the team. They drew a lot of their money out of Vegas, and so while they could probably slip back in pretty easily with like connections they've made business-wise, there's not like a direct path to them profiting off of like a move to Vegas right now. But yeah, I mean, do you want to talk about that conspiracy more in depth?
Well, do you buy into it? I don't really buy into it.
I don't buy into it. I don't know. Like so I just don't understand like the entirety of it. I don't understand why Miriam Adelson would think that the team would get moved from one of the biggest markets in the sport to what is essentially like a gimmick city. Like it's like, hey, spend a weekend in Vegas, catch a fucking Vegas Mavs game. And like it would not be the focus of what is a much smaller market anyways. It would be a huge financial loss for the NBA to move out of that market. And even if like a new one popped up in Dallas, it doesn't make a ton of sense to me. And I feel like it's going to get legalized in Texas. Like, I don't think any states are taking, like, huge, firm stances against gambling to the extent that, like, you're not going to be able to get that shit pushed through if you're one of the richest, most influential people in the state and you try for, like, 5 years.
Apparently right now that's how it's going. I don't know the motivations behind why they would stop it. I would imagine there's an element of like evangelical Christianity freakness,
yes,
but that never stops them for profit. So I don't know what the angle is if they want to get more out of these people in some capacity. But yeah, the Mavericks are like always at the top of the attendance. They're behind the Bulls, which how embarrassing. They've at least had Luka Doncic on the roster.
If those two teams continue to be like 1 and 2, like fighting for 1 and 2, that will be a hilarious condemnation of the slop that people will fucking digest.
Absolutely unreal. But yeah, crap. What was I gonna say?
Conspiracy, evangelicalism.
Oh yeah. So I don't think this is a very profitable team. It's one of the biggest markets in the NBA. They fill up the seats. I don't think it makes sense that they would try and hijack this team. Like when the OKC owner did that, Clay something? Clay Higgins or?
Clay Higgins sounds like a name that we talked about when we did our billionaires review over the summer, but I can't be sure off the top of my head.
Okay, this is a U.S. representative from Louisiana, so I think it's not him.
Oh! Have you ever? Okay, no, I know who we're talking about now.
Is this the guy
my
with
girlfriend
the dog?
No, we're talking about Clay Higgins. And he has a campaign ad that you might have seen. It blew up on Twitter where he goes, "The next time you're in trouble." Wait, what's Clay Higgins done?
Oh, he does like the Crime Stoppers.
Oh, okay. It's not.
Crackhead is Senator Kennedy.
Okay, never mind. I'm misinformed then. So what do you have on
but Clay Bennett? This is what we got. So when he bought the Sonics, they were also a very devoted fan base. I think they were also like super high up in the attendance rankings. But I don't think Seattle was that valuable of a market back then, because I'm pretty sure this is like Tech Boom and whatever, and they were routinely one of the worst teams in the NBA. Like they were known for being horrible. Yeah. But still, they shouldn't have been moved. But like, I think that was an easier team to take advantage of. Still, though, it's psychotic to move from Seattle to Oklahoma City, no matter what.
Yeah.
But also, haven't the Charlotte Hornets? When did they sell? Like, pretty recently.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when they sold. It feels so. Jordan was the owner of the team?
Yeah, he was the majority owner. In June 2023, he sold.
So he sold, yeah, that's very recently.
Let's see, when did Cuban sell the Mavericks? He sold to the Adelson family in December of 2023. So it's the same year. So it seems, if that was the plot, if that was like the entire thing, I think it would be far easier to just get Charlotte and move them to Vegas. So I don't really buy into that, and I don't really buy into the master plan of like just the entire that would be such a convoluted process to like demolish a franchise or whatever. Like,
and it would also not happen this quickly. Like it's an insane bad move to do the Luka thing, but like it would need to be like 15 years of dog shit for, I feel like, to get the wheels really rolling behind, like, we need to take this city's team away or something.
And you would have to be smarter about it, because then when you do achieve the master plan of getting to Vegas, there's got to be a reason for those people to come, which I don't even know if they do. Actually, I think their hockey team did good attendance or whatever, and the WNBA team is good. I don't know if people show up or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know about the attendance. The team is good.
Yeah, it's just such a confounding move that the conspiracies pop up. That one pops up, doesn't really check out. There's the theory that like this is a favor to his buddy Rob Pelinka with the Lakers. That makes sense, but I all signs are pointing to no. He just genuinely hated Luka, and he's an idiot.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know. Like, it would just be such a crazy charade to keep up, to have said all of the things willingly that Nico Harrison had said in public since the trade went down. Where if it's a favor to Rob Pelinka, you don't have to come out and be like, Luka was a fat slob that we didn't want on the team anymore, and he just didn't work hard enough, and that's why we moved off to him. If it's a favor to Rob Pelinka, full on conspiracy mode, you can just not say shit for a long time. Like you don't have to come out and do damage control the way that the Mavs clearly tried to in the immediate aftermath of making the move. But they did, and so I feel like there's just, yeah, if it was something like that, I feel like there would be more, there would be stuff less clear. Like right now, we're just getting such a clear picture of a stupid decision, as opposed to a conspiracy I would feel would be more like mysterious, I guess. Like there would be more unanswered questions about everything, whereas the only questions I'm really left with at this point are like, how does his brain work scientifically, like chemically? What does the autopsy look like when they cut him open after he's dead? Because it cannot be like a normal human processing going up in there.
Yeah, I guess the most damning thing, if someone thinks it was fixed for the Lakers, like he was a longtime Nike executive, Kobe BFF, Rob Pelinka BFF for many years, and that was the plan the entire way, then their best piece of evidence is that it was the only team they negotiated with. Like he didn't let it.
Well, we've gotten some reports. Apparently, so I'm not sure how clear these are. I didn't really fact check them super hard, but apparently they called Minnesota and Milwaukee. And like Milwaukee, Giannis, you probably don't do, but like the fact that Minnesota not doing that is pretty crazy.
What did they call Anthony Edwards?
I mean, yeah, that's okay. So this is reported by Gary Wolfell, Pro Basketball Writers Association award winner.
How do you spell Wolfell?
So WOELFEL. Yeah, he's not really. I don't know. I've never seen or heard of this guy before, and so I won't attest to this being. It's not like Shams reporting it or something, but yeah.
The top comment in the NBA subreddit is not saying it is or isn't something that happened, but Gary Wolfell is not a serious journalist and shouldn't be seen as a connected source.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna die on that hill then.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever seen that reported.
I straight up think it's just damage control, because it's impossible for that to be the case and for it not to have spread like wildfire throughout the league, and there not to have been an insane bidding war. And so I do think the fact that it was a singular negotiation that was hidden from everyone else, that means I think there's two outcomes there. It means it's rigged for the Lakers. He's hooking up his buddies, or it means he just wants Anthony Davis and doesn't want to have to settle for or he doesn't want to have to be forced to take someone else with a good package. Like I've said many times, Jaren Jackson Jr. If you wanted this type of player, go and get Jaren Jackson Jr. He didn't want to be faced with the task of like turning down a better offer. He just wanted Anthony Davis because that's his guy at Nike, and he wants to build his super friends, Kevin Durant, like all my friends. Let me get them together.
All my friends. Yeah. What a disaster. Okay. Hey, well, that's not even the topic of the video. 27 calm little minutes on Luka Doncic. All right, let me timestamp.
We didn't even talk about the debut. Tune in on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Wait, is the West Saturday or no?
I think it's Friday. Either way, listen to both.
What
else do you guys have going on?
We post on Saturdays and Sundays.
Oh, my fault. Well, still, they should listen to both. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. All right, 28 minutes in. Census begins. All right.
Oh, and by the way, guys, we're at 498 patrons. Someone's going to be the legendary 500th. So go and get on that for sure.
If you're 500, I'll get the Discord people to make you a special flare, and for you to be in chat. Okay. So yeah.
Okay. For posterity, who is the latest person? So we know. So Willa Gibson is the latest. She's the 498th patron. So
come on, you don't know Willa.
What did I say?
You said she's.
Oh, Willa Gibson is the 498th patron.
All right.
So two after Willa.
All right, two after Willa. So if
Suck
we get two
it,
more,
Willa. Too late.
If we get two more
or too early
over the course of recording this video, you're shit out of luck, listeners. Sorry. You should have gone before we posted this.
Then wait to 1,000. No.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we did a census of everybody who responded in the Patreon. We asked
we got to make a Google form
questions.
next time.
Yeah. I oversight on my part to just be like, hey, I don't know, I'm stupid.
Let me just ask these guys questions.
We're not logistics people. I don't know if you guys could tell from the recording, and honestly, everything about this podcast, we're not super logistics pilled. We're ideas guys.
We don't know how to do a freaking census. We're not the government. Hate the government, man. Tear it down.
We're anti.
Remember Vietnam? Come on.
Mark Cuban 30 minutes ago, and then Mark Cuban now. No, I can do the census perfectly. I can run the census no problem. Honestly, the census is the best thing anyone's ever invented. Sit down, shut the fuck up. Okay, so what are the questions on here? Let me pull this bitch
Hey,
up.
guy who wrote the questions.
Responses? Hey, do you have the responses in front of you? Do you have like the tallies?
Let me pull it up. Stand by. Do hold music for me, okay? Okay, epic.
All right, so the first question that we asked is, who is your favorite team? Do you have it open yet?
No, it's not opening. I'm having trouble
What
with Microsoft Word.
nightmare.
Okay, now I have it open. Now I have it open.
God. All right. So we asked everyone who their favorite team is. What are the numbers looking like on that front?
So the number one favorite, and by the way, guys, so full confession, I used Microsoft Copilot AI to take all of this data and put it into a neat format, to format it for us. So rest in peace to the rainforest we destroyed with that question, but it had to be done. And I asked it, put it in descending number order, and it kind of did that. so I don't know why it did this.
This is what we mean when we say we're not logistics.
It's
people.
not even my fault. This is the technology they think is going to take over the world. And so, like, I told it, put it in descending number order, and it says number one favorite team, Oklahoma City Thunder, with 26 members of the Patreon belonging to the OKC fan.
As someone who hand tallied maybe a fifth of these before Pablo sent me that list, I believe the Thunder were very high up there.
Yeah, and they're a very powerful lobby. They make themselves known in the lobbyist requests.
Yeah.
So we feel their presence. Like they're like the APAC of the State of the League Patreon. And so number 2, the Cleveland Cavaliers with 29. So they're at more. They're actually number 1. Stupid Microsoft Copilot. I hate it. But
oh my God.
Yeah, so
me when my Copilot crashes my plane into the side of a mountain.
God,
Thanks, Microsoft Copilot.
God.
Oh my God. All right, we'll skim through the numbers. See if there's a higher number than 29 before we really commit to this.
No, there's not. How ridiculous. Yeah, there's not.
Oh, that's pretty surprising. Cavs number 1 it's pretty surprising. I'm not gonna lie.
So yeah, we don't necessarily feel, and to be fair, we have a huge influx of new people. So I wonder how many of the new people are Cavs. Did we have a Cleveland invasion?
Oh, okay. Only in Ohio. We might have, I suppose. That's interesting. We don't feel that presence because you and I have very routinely been like, Cavs fucking 4-0 this week, stomped everybody they played. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, like we've done that plenty of times, and we've never gotten an influx of comments being like, guys, can you take a breath on the team that has like 4 all-stars and is going to win 70 games? Could we get maybe 4 minutes on that next time? We've never gotten those comments. So maybe OKC is more vocal, I guess, or maybe you're right, and this is just an influx of people who we will be hearing from shortly.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. We had massive lag.
We just had a little lag spike for sure. So, but I'm just going to keep talking until hopefully it sorts itself out.
I'll timestamp it. All right.
So we've got the next highest represented fan base is the New York Knicks at 18, and so I'd say I feel a Knicks presence. Although I did see a little bit of we're gonna have a turf war brewing on our hands.
We will,
because the fucking Brooklyn Nets mafia, the Mobius. Let's see how many Nets fans are in. There's only 3 Nets fans in here, and they are doing work and making themselves known. So
I mean, that's interesting. Because I was watching something about the NRA the other day, and the NRA spends like no money in actual lobbying, but they just carry such like an enormous cultural signifier for people who are like running to be embraced by the NBA if you're a conservative candidate. And so
the NRA.
That's kind of like yeah,
you
like
said the NBA.
It's like the Nets.
That'd be so funny.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? The only NRA podcast talking about every gun every week.
How about the Desert Eagle? Big
shout out
big
the Deagle,
news
baby.
in the Gulf of America. We're gonna use it down there.
Yeah, so that's our Nets lobby, I guess. Is they really don't have that much like pull, but they're just so loud that it's like, hey, how can we ignore these guys? And you know what's evidence of that is I scrolled through the people whose silly questions we should have in case we need to pad this out, which we probably won't, but so we could just touch on them while we move at this point. And one of the ones I wrote down was from Not Joey Buckets, who said, hey, do you find it sort of fishy how all the New York Knicks fans are now leaning into this accent? Seems like wannabe Mobius to me.
So who's the third Nets fan? Brett Phobic, Not Joey Buckets, and who is the last one?
Oh man, I don't know. Guys, comment down. Make yourself known. Be like, I'm the third Nets fan.
Comment in the next lobbyist thread. We gotta know. We gotta know the holy trio of guys to watch out for. Hey.
Yeah. Okay. So the Knicks. Do you feel like we feel the Knicks' presence in our lobbies?
A decent Knicks presence. I don't know if I would say that they were that high up, but I feel like that checks out. I think we have a decent amount of Knicks fans. I think we get a lot of Knicks stuff.
It makes sense statistically.
Yeah.
Knicks, extremely popular team. And so the fact that there's a good number of them in here. Yeah, that makes so that's 3. It goes Cavs, Thunder, Knicks.
Yes. And then next up is the Celtics at 15. So that's a little surprising.
The Celtics are interesting to me. It's so, I don't know. It's bizarre because I've had this happen a number of times where like there's somebody cool online that I see or I follow independently of basketball, and then I find out they're a Celtics fan, and it's like, oh, whoa, that like changed.
Like Ben Shapiro.
Yes, I mean, kind of. Like I wasn't like subscribed to him or anything, but when he came out as a Celtics fan, it made more sense. There's people who I follow online who are like, I fucking smoke weed and listen to rap music all day, and they like their whole thing is like, I don't know, reviewing music or doing art or whatever, and then they'll be like, yep, go Tatum, baby. Love Tatum, love fucking Porzingis and all the guys, and it's like, what? This is just such a weird, I don't know, clash of ideals, I guess.
You know who grew up a Celtics fan? I'm pretty sure.
Who?
Maybe he was a Jordan fan. I don't know. But Ben Taylor. He's from Boston. He's a Boston guy.
Damn. Shout out to him for not letting it influence his work.
He's the real NBA historian from Boston. Suck it. Have him on the pod, Bill. You won't. You're afraid.
I mean, truly, like a battle of ideals there, where it's like, it's on one hand you have the guy who just completely embraces I won't say like analytics because he watches so much film and everything. He's watched every basketball game ever, but he does embrace like a much more fact-based statistical approach to basketball history, whereas I mean Bill will be like, yeah, then and Magic came into the Garden, ripped our fucking hearts out. That's when I knew he was the guy.
Box score watchers will think it's a bad game, but those 4 points where it came at the most important moments of the game or whatever.
Yeah. So I would love that, to see where their opinions differ. That would be really fun.
Well, the thing is, it's not even like it. Yeah, it can't even be like qualitative versus quantitative ideals clash, because Ben Taylor has that too. Like, I literally think Ben Taylor's so great because he's not like super pretentious, like ultra numbered dweeb, kind of like some other guys. I don't want to.
No, yeah, he's like, I watched like the entire 1987 season.
Yeah.
This in like every game that the Sonics played, and these numbers support what I saw when I watched every single game.
And he does also bring up like the qualitative historical context stuff, and like I don't think there's a thing Bill knows that he doesn't know.
Oh no! It's literally just like Bill has like dumber metaphors and has been around for longer.
It would be fun to listen to, but I think Bill prides himself on being the like historian guy, so I don't think it would happen. Like because it would just be either agreeing or Ben correcting him on stuff. And there's also another guy who's also a great NBA historian, Mike Prada. Shout out Mike Prada. He used to work at
shout out Mike.
SB Nation.
Oh, did you see Kofi got fired?
Yeah, he got laid off. What a bummer. But
I mean, if that guy can't be employed, welcome to the
yeah, I was shocked.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Kofi, the unemployed show.
I was like, nah. If you're firing Kofi, like, who's next? John Boyce?
How long does John Boyce have left? That's what I only know those two from the guy who slides the VHS tape into the rewind videos. That's the only people I know.
Yeah, I didn't even know Secret Base was like a part of the Vox or whatever. I thought he had his own thing. But yeah, Kofi will be fine. Kofi's videos are so good. I love brushing my teeth to Kofi's videos on YouTube. They're awesome.
Okay. Underrated needing media playing while you do it activity.
Yeah, and I just got a low battery warning. I thought
Oh shit! Are you not plugged in?
I'm plugged in on the laptop. I'm not plugged in on the wall. Oh no!
One of the biggest deceits in technology when the brick unplugs.
Oh no! But yeah, and I especially love whenever Kofi talks. He has like meta talks about the NBA media world and the state of the NBA media world.
Yes, I do feel like that's one place that. Ben Taylor, maybe. I haven't heard him talk about it as much. Bill just has no grasp on, like, the way it's changed. Like I just don't feel like he really ever acknowledges, like, the post-First Take era in any meaningful capacity, even though, like, growing up in it, it's just, like, I don't know. Like, there's such a clear divide between the way people used to talk about sports and the way people do now.
Well, in what sense do you mean? Like, he doesn't acknowledge, like he doesn't know who Kenny Beecham is, I bet, right? Is that what you mean? Or?
Oh, yeah. I don't expect him to know that. I just feel like there is such and maybe it's because Bill embraces narratives so much, and like that's how he kind of like views the history of sports, is through the lens that I don't know, other people have already embraced, but I just feel like there's such, I don't know, debate culture maybe is what I'm talking about here, where it's turned into like agenda wars and like a much more winning the conversation type of movement. I don't feel like Bill, maybe not acknowledges the right word. It's just that like he kind of made his footing before all of that. And so he's been able the whole time to have conversations that haven't needed to appeal to the algorithm as much, or like be clickbaity, or figure out a way to like grab hold in an internet space, because he was already very firmly established as one of the most popular sports writers in the world. Do you feel differently?
I do know what you mean in that sense, as in he carved out a lane, as in like, so original sports journalists, it's like we're white collar professionals, blah blah blah. I'm the man from the New York Times, and I show up to the horse race in a suit and tie. It's 100 degrees, and I have a very journalistic.
Did you mute yourself? What's going on? Hold on.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Did I? Say some shit.
Hello.
I unplugged my headphones.
Okay,
Thank
you did.
God.
Your
Okay.
camera did turn off for a second.
But shit. Okay.
But now it's all good. But I was saying, original sports journalists, they were like businessmen. They took themselves very seriously, and they wore like suits and stuff. They were like white collar workers or whatever. Bill is part of the like original internet generation where he's like, I'm a fan, sports coverage, by fan, for fans, and stuff like that. And I think that's been a lane that people have taken, and like Barstool is on that lane too.
That's our lane, baby. I mean, pretty much.
Yeah. He's still. Well, actually, yeah, it is. Yeah, I just don't talk about the Bulls because they're bad. But also,
I feel like
I'm
our
not
expansion...
irrational about the Bulls. Well. Yes. I'm sure some people have takes that I did, but I'm never like Modest Buzelis goes 10 for 10. This guy's top 20 trade.
Why isn't
value.
he starting on Team USA? What the fuck?
Well, he's from
guy.
Lithuania.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, I don't even know if he's from there.
He's from Chicago.
He's from Hinsdale.
The hometown kid.
Illinois people know he's from Hinsdale.
All right. Okay. Let's wrap the Bill talk.
So Bill. I'll finish quickly. I do like hearing Bill's insight on the media world because I especially like him and Russell because he is pretty openly anti like debate first take stuff. Like they lambast Skip Bayless and stuff like that. And
that's true.
And I do I love him talking about the halftime shows. Like and on Twitter he would always post the desk where it's like 6 people at a halftime show. He's like, you don't need this many people. And yeah, I do disagree. I do think he's good there. But I think he's just like he's never going to learn what true shooting percentage is. That's it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So I'll timestamp the questions too. Let me write this shit down. So 46 minutes. We could do favorite player.
Oh, should I do rapid fire the rest of the popular? Well, at least everyone's got 10. Okay, so
rip them off.
So after the Celtics at 15 is the Lakers, and so I'm surprised that we very rarely feel
very
them.
quiet.
We have the quietest Lakers fans in the world. I'm sure that'll change soon. We have 12 Nuggets fans in here. Booyah.
Based. Pretty quiet too. I don't feel like we get that many questions about like Jokic or the Nuggets.
Yeah. 11 Warriors fans. 10 Trailblazers fans. That makes sense. I feel the Blazers fans. And then let's see,
because there was the Duop Reith guy. Okay, yeah, no, it's all coming together.
And then the Timberwolves have 10 as well. I feel the Timberwolves. And then so there's a smattering of everyone else. We had one person list the Australian Boomers as a team. And actually, let me double check the standing. So you can go over the next part. I want to check to make sure every team is represented. I wonder if we have 0 from any fan base.
Okay. All right. So let me timestamp this bitch. 47:30. I don't have the answers in front of me. Is the problem?
Oh crap.
So,
okay.
Favorite player, but I mean you could take your time.
I have the number 1 player up. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, sure.
The number 1 favorite player, which I guess checks out because of the OKC thing, is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, with 59 people answering him as their favorite player.
Holy shit! That's like over a fifth of the vote. I think we got like 250, 260 votes. So 1/5 of it going straight to Shai. I would say that they're quiet for being that loud. I don't feel I feel like Shai respect in our comments, but I never feel like, yeah, fucking Shai, the MVP, like Thunder are going all the way. And maybe that's also attributed to maybe Thunder fans are a little bit more reserved, a little bit quieter. Like, because I know there's some people whose names I recognize, like Sammy BLT.
Yeah.
They're a Thunder fan, and there's a few others like that. But I never feel like an immense, just like OKC agenda in our comments very much. How do you feel about that?
Oh, wait, what did you say? You don't feel it or you do feel it?
For Shea, at least, I don't feel like
Oh.
I know the Thunder fans are there, definitely. I just don't like. It's more of like a average contribution from a huge number of people rather than them being like very loud. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's nothing like crazy that they say. Like no, they're never like, Jack, why won't you accept that Shea's better than Jokic now or anything like that. But I think there's a steady flow of like, what can Shea do to win MVP? What are their weaknesses in the playoffs? What's this? What's that?
Okay, yeah.
So yeah.
Do you have any shit left over from favorite teams that you wanted to touch on statistically, or you do want to keep going players?
Well, actually, I'll just read them off for everyone curious to know how many like-minded people you have with you. So I'll just go rapid fire. Everyone. OKC 26, Cavs 29, Celtics 15, Knicks 18, Lakers 13, Warriors 11, Kings 7, Nuggets 12, Hornets 9, Sixers 9, Heat 9, Blazers 10, Wizards 8, Pacers 6, Raptors 6, Bulls 6, Mavericks 6. Ugh, that's gonna go away soon. Grizzlies 6. Oh, this is like the Western Conference. Heyo. Wolves 10, Pelicans 5, Clippers 5, Bucks 7, Jazz 7, Magic 4, Hawks 4, Nets 3, Australian Boomers 1. And also, the AI must have not included this, but I did see it. Someone said the Sonics, so we have one Sonics fan.
Okay. Yeah, some shit will fall through the cracks. Next year, we'll fill. We don't even have to do next year. Maybe we could do like an end of season one as well. With like some off season questions or something. But yeah, we'll set up a Google form for it. Okay.
Are we
So
missing the Spurs?
after
Let me
that can't be right. There has to be a couple Spurs people in there. With Wemby, I can't imagine
Spurs
there's
3.
no.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. Players. Who's after SGA?
Oh wait, we might have no Suns fans. Is that right?
I don't remember being asked that. I figure we'd get more shit about like Nurkic or Tyus Jones or Bol or stuff. He's been coming on lately. Yeah, I don't know that much about the Suns people in our shit.
Suns fans, make yourselves known. Let us know if this was an AI error or if we've eluded the entire valley. But yeah, that's interesting. So after Shea's by far the favorite player. Number 2 is Luka Doncic at 39.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense as well. I wonder if there's a spike there. I wonder if there was 39 before the trade. Is my question.
Yeah, that'll be. I wonder how many Anthony Davises we lost. I don't know. But yeah,
I don't know.
That makes sense. Luka, one of the best players in the world. Number 3, Nikola Jokic, 29.
Hey,
he's 10 below Luka.
Make it 30. I'll throw my.
Oh, you
vote
want me to
on
round
there.
it?
No. I'm saying I would put my.
Because at 29, I would actually round up to the next 0, which is 30. So I would actually go up to 30 if I was doing rounding for that one.
You're a math guy like that?
Not a math guy. I'm pretty specialized because in the math world we specialize. So I'm big into rounding.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me know if you ever encounter a fractions guy. That would be really interesting to me.
I'd never talk to a fractions guy.
Okay. So Jokic at 3, yeah, makes sense. Literally fucking MVP, the GOAT, all that shit. I think, yeah, I don't know. Comments are pretty vocal about him. If I had to say.
Wait a second. So
what do you got?
Well, so number 4 is number 4 is LeBron James.
Makes sense.
So he has 16 votes. Right after him is Anthony Edwards at 15 votes, and then there's Giannis at 10 votes. But there's a notable absence in here, which I guess tracks. You know who's missing?
Steph?
No. Oh wait, is there Steph? Where's Steph? Steph has 8.
Oh, Wemby.
No, not Wemby. Let's see. What is Wemby at?
I don't know.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't.
I
I feel like he should be higher as well.
Okay, well, who's the absence that you're talking about?
Kevin Durant.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Suns. All right, no Suns fans in
Yeah.
here. Very few Suns fans. And really, I mean, that's kind of the thing about moving around. You don't establish yourself with a fan base that really, like, super duper identifies with you for the rest of their lives. Because even I remember the ones that I hand tracked. Russell Westbrook had like 2 in like 10 responses. So I don't think he finished
4.
with like. Okay, I mean, for a guy who's essentially a role player at this point and was almost out of the league a few years ago, that's a fair amount. And so Westbrook is a guy where, like, I'm sure there were several OKC people. They're like, Thunder are my favorite team. Westbrook's my favorite player. And so.
Oh, and
yeah,
the OKC
Kevin Durant
people
just
hate Kevin Durant.
Yeah, they voted against him. I wanted to put that one on. After the thing had been out for like an hour or 2, I was like, fuck, we should have put like most hated player, most hated team on there. Next time.
When should we do it? The next increment? At 1,000?
Yeah, 1,000 would be cool, I guess. We could see how fast it grows. Like, we blew up this past
Week.
We
literally
did get a lot of new. I mean, the biggest sports podcast in the world, period. Really,
it's because it all started with the Luka Doncic instant reaction, and so little news biz guys. You got to get on things fast. Yeah.
Strike while the iron's hot. That's a little insider tip for you.
Yeah. Timeliness, relevance. Yeah. The principles of it. It's just it's like second nature to us. So it's kind of hard for us to explain this kind of thing to the layman.
I mean, yeah. If news dropped right now, I wouldn't even be explaining this to you. I'd be covering it.
Yeah.
We'd be on the mic.
Yeah. So it's like we just know what the people want, and so that's why we talk about that.
Have you ever seen Nightcrawler? We're kind of like that.
Yeah,
you know?
we're like Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Well, I'm Jake. He's Riz Ahmed. He's gonna die at the end of this.
Well, I saw it a long time ago, so I don't really remember all the guys. But he dies. No, I'm not that guy. I'm actually a different guy. Who else?
Okay, cool.
Who doesn't die?
I don't know. You could be like one of the news. You could be one of the camera guys at the news station.
Oh, okay. A little right. Okay, that's good. That was convincing.
That's good. Cut to camera 2. Yes, I like that. Okay, so no Kevin Durant. That's not that surprising, I guess. Are there any names on the list?
Wemby. From the 3 Spurs fans, I guess there was no. I wonder if his name was like too hard for for the AI to pick up or something. I don't know.
I guess.
Someone wrote Jonathan Hildred Wall Jr. That was 1 vote.
Is that okay? Do the Dougie, I guess. Shout out to John Wall.
Oh, and we have 3 Cooper Flags.
Hey, that's kind of based. No AJ DeBansa? Or wait, VJ Edgecombe is who I was thinking.
Oh my God! Wait till, wait
till
a few months.
You'll see. You'll fucking see.
But we got 5 for Cat. So yeah, Steph is at 8. Giannis was at 10. Cat is at 5. Tied with Cat is Jared McCain. What a cool pop.
That's one I noticed too while I was looking through them. Jared McCain. Yeah, like a lot of Sixers fans just full on embraced him. Because spoiler alert, once we get down to the who would you want to build around, he was there a shocking amount.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'll go over everyone who has more than 1 vote. We got Paolo at 5. So they're listening begrudgingly. And I think
Sorry, guys.
I think Scotty has 3. So they're winning.
Hey, you guys. I mean, they're up in every sense of the word.
Jimmy is 3. Fox has 3, DeRozan has 2, Mitchell has 2, Maxey has 3, Suggs has 2, Herb Jones has 2, Bridges and Anunoby have 2 each. Chris Paul's got 2. Chris Paul, we got Chris Paul, no Wemby. Westbrook 4, Cade at 4, Brandon Miller, Steven Adams. Wait, the AI wrote Bilal Gotibali, like Koulibaly, but they wrote that and they said 2. So I guess did 2 separate people write that, or did it just consolidate?
Bilal Koulibaly.
Şengün has 2.
Oh my god.
What happened?
Sorry, I just there's an NBA Central report that Kenny Beecham quoted. He was upset. The Chicago Bulls reportedly turned down a first-round pick for Lonzo Ball. How's that make you feel?
I'll need to learn from who and what pick. If it was, for example, the Charlotte Hornets fake first-round pick, then I'm not upset. But if it was any kind of real first-round pick,
Kenny says maybe it was Memphis and Marcus Smart was the money. Maybe it was Phoenix and Nurkic was the money. Either way, I would have taken the pick.
I do not care about money. I only care if the pick would convey and if it would be a real first-rounder. If this news is true, 4 horses, 4 ropes, tied to 4 limbs. Which limbs? Well,
who's to say? Maybe tree limbs. Who knows?
Running an unknown number of directions. Could all be going the same way. Could be a fun time, and he's just strapped down to make sure he doesn't fly off.
Who's he? Who's to say?
Amen Thompson 4. So
nice.
Hey. Lillard 5. Lillard Hive. Trey Murphy 2. I would have thought Trey Murphy would be more represented in here.
Yeah. Shout out to Trey though.
And yeah, so then we just got a bunch of 1s pretty much. Scotty Barnes and Cooper Flagg have 3, and everyone else has 1. We have 1 Dylan Harper as well, but yeah, we have someone wrote John quotations Jitty Conchar. is that a real thing?
John Jitty Conchar.
Who?
Okay.
Mohamed Dabone. Who? Huh. Is that a prospect? Who is Mohamed Dabone? Wait, is this that
one
kid
of the names?
Who's? Oh,
I don't
yes, 13-year-old 6'9" forward Mohamed Dabone.
Okay, cool.
He's next up.
They're getting in early. They're getting in on the ground floor. Imagine if you saw Wemby practicing in like 9th grade and you were like, "That's gonna be the GOAT." You would feel pretty smart.
Yeah. Hey, honestly, Mike Schmitz tweeted out Wemby years ago. It was crazy. We got 1 Nick Van Exel.
Oh, okay. That's a fine cut. I'm not mad at that.
1 Mason Plumlee. So yeah, that's who we got. So next category is who will win the Eastern Conference? Who do you think was the number 1 vote?
Let me timestamp this.
that.
You're rushing me.
Hurry!
Rushing me right
Hurry!
I'm trying. All right, 101. Eastern Conference, it's got to be the Celtics.
It is the Celtics at 58. But how close are the Cavs behind them?
I would guess Cavs got 49.
46.
Oh, okay.
So they're a little bit on their heels. And how far behind do you think the Knicks are of them?
Distant third. 28.
Even more distant. 21.
Damn. Yeah. Not surprising.
And then who do you think would be the 4th pick?
The Bucks.
It is the Bucks, and they got 4 options. And we had 2 people say the Sixers. What the heck, guys?
Hey, keep holding on. Any day now, it's gonna turn around.
He's gonna have that surgery. It'll fix it all.
Yeah, he's gonna have the 3-week surgery where he comes back from surgery in 3 weeks, dominates all the way to the NBA Finals.
He should have just traded for Embiid and Nico Harrison and have been like, I think he's healthy. I got my own doctors. We're going to be good. These idiots didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what they had.
They're up there in Philadelphia welding this guy's joints together. That's not how the human body works.
You know, it's all weld. And you know how welders are always like, terrible weld. he's like,
they stitch.
My weld is way better. That's sloppy work.
They stitch a TikTok of the surgeons doing Joel Embiid's knee, and they're like, "Yeah, I'd pay maybe $8 an hour for that. You're not getting primo money, dude.
This would never
come on."
I'll tell you, I don't know where you're from. This wouldn't fly in Fresno, buddy. So
this wouldn't fly in Fresno.
We got regulations.
Yeah. In my line, you make a weld like that, somebody gets killed. Okay, so I just don't think this is the line of work for you.
Shout out OSHA. Rest in peace, OSHA. I don't know if it's defunded yet or if it will be. But we got one Pacers vote and one Miami vote. Where's that guy been? Oh, babe. Actually, someone said their favorite player was Wiggins. So maybe it was them. They were like, God, this Wiggins acquisition for the Heat is going to be huge. But now we're on to the Western Conference. So who do you think people said would win the Western Conference? And timestamp that.
I'll just keep it the same. Who will win each conference?
Oh, okay.
Okay. In the West, it's got to be OKC.
It is OKC. 88 votes. Whoa!
Holy shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is Denver coming in at 2?
Denver is at 2. How distant?
So 88. Oh my God. We got to be clocking in half the votes. 42 votes for Denver.
How about half that again? 22.
Oh my God. A quarter. I mean, yeah, with how they played this year.
It is literally times 4, right? 22 times 4.
Hey, I'm not a multiplication guy. The same. I'm not.
Well,
yeah.
I'm the rounding guy. What guy are you? You got to have one math thing.
Shit. I'll try. Okay, 2 times 4. Yeah, it's 88.
Okay. All right, but Poindexter over here.
I can't be the addition guy. I've been bad at addition the whole time. So
really?
Multiplication it is, I guess.
So yeah, the Nuggets are in second. So people are still believing in the power of Jokic. Maybe they're buying into the MPJ spike here. Maybe they believe in Jamal, but people are excited. And
there was a number of responses I saw that they were like, my favorite player is Jamal Murray. Nuggets are winning the West. Nuggets are winning the title. And I was like, Based, I love you. You're cool. You're a cool person, but I just don't know how I'd have to take all of this with a grain of salt.
Let's see. I don't know if was he included. And there was only one Ja Morant. So yeah, I don't know, guys. Comment.
Ja's stock is way down.
Guys, comment down below if you think the AI is right or not, or if they've fixed the results. Is Elon behind that? I should have done it in Grok. Shoot.
Shut up.
Who do you think is third in the West?
In the West? Oh man, is this Grizzlies?
Nope.
Lakers. Okay, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking with Grizzlies.
So yeah, and you know what? Not that crazy of a take. I saw
no.
On ESPN they had their nerd computers. They said that the Lakers had the second best chance at, I think, winning the title or coming out of the West, one of them. But they were a far distant second from OKC. Which
Windhorst had a banger white guy response. He said, "Computers haven't had to guard Nikola Jokic."
Oh yeah, that's what it was. And Windhorst is great now. And did you see his reaction when Stephen A. said they should get Dwight?
No, I didn't.
Well, Stephen A. said they should get Dwight because he's still in shape.
Well, that's smart. Dwight's the Jokic stopper.
He's still in shape. He looks good. And
okay.
And Shannon Sharp didn't think it was a crazy take, and Wendy was so mad he put his head down. He's like, and he mumbled, or he said it, and Stephen A. didn't hear. He's like, wait, what'd you say? And he's like, why not go to Mongolia? DeMarcus Cousins is playing in Mongolia. Go get him from Mongolia. What an incredible steward for the game of Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
So Jackson Hayes won't cut it. Let's get Dwight Howard. Let's get the husk of Dwight Howard.
The Lakers, yeah, it's really just the big man. Alex Len, freshly signed. Shout out to him. But
hey, Jackson Hayes in that game looked incredible offensively.
Yeah, I mean, when you could just catch lobs all day, your life's pretty easy. I mean, Daniel Gafford's life is probably so much harder now. His knee is hurt, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So AD's gonna have to play center if he comes back.
Fuck! God damn it! Nico Harrison's like, well, this doesn't count. This was not in my plans.
Rob Pelinka's like, wait, hold on. Is the paperwork going through? Let me get Lively in here.
Let me get Lively in
with
here.
the trick.
Well, the funniest possible route is the Charlotte Hornets win the lawsuit or whatever it is that they filed with the league, implying that the Lakers just did a shitty physical on Mark Williams and signed all the stuff, and then they were like, wait, what? Your feet are made out of sand? We can't have you playing basketball. You need real feet to play basketball. And now the Hornets are like, guys, they accepted the deal, and now they're just mad about it. So if that goes through, I mean, I feel like the impending trade deadline had a lot of people like, oh shit, they got Mark Williams, this is crazy. And then like the high of the deadline wore off, and it's like, okay, 20 games a year, and we don't have any more like picks to trade for a while, or Dalton Connect to trade. That's what we gave up for this guy. The high came down, and a lot of people were like, that's a lot to give up. And so when it got rejected, I feel like a lot of people were relieved. But if it goes through, they just have all these fucking big guys and nothing else to do.
If Rob Pelinka was actually a smart guy, he would have called up for Goga. Do you think the Magic would accept it?
No, probably not. The Magic are fucked up because they clearly like Goga so much, and then they got into contract negotiations with him last year, and they're like, we have a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese that you could have, and we'll give you one every year, and that's it. And Goga was like, okay, damn, dude, that sounds great. And now I assume they're doing a Reinsdorf where it's like, we told him to ask around about the money.
I hate this for him. Nothing I could do about him not making money. He's just a bad businessman. I'm not a bad person. He's a bad businessman.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I really do think they could be an all-time offense, like just an overwhelming offensive team. It'll just come down to the defense. So we'll see.
Yeah.
After them, who do you think it is?
After the Lakers?
Yeah.
Is it the Grizzlies here?
It's the Grizzlies here at 8. Warriors 6, Rockets 3, Spurs 3,
Nice.
Clippers.
Nice.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so the Grizzlies are actually 9 because this said Grizzlies 8, Memphis 1. so the Grizzlies have 9. And OKC actually, they have OKC as 1 and the Thunder at 88. So the Thunder actually have 89.
Okay, cool, perfect.
Yeah.
This is great technology.
This is gonna transform the world. This is gonna take it all over. Get down.
Oh my God.
The Mavericks are 1. Who's still holding out hope? There's one guy who loves Anthony Davis. He'll get back.
He'll be back. Oh, back with a vengeance. I see it coming. All right. Well then, what's the finals predictions look like?
So who will win the finals? Who do you think it is?
The Celtics. No, the Thunder.
It is the Thunder with 83.
Oh. Damn. Okay.
Who do you think second?
The Celtics.
And how distant?
55.
54. Woo.
Oh.
That's
okay.
That's a big gap, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I'd be worried if I was a Thunder fan. I wouldn't be so confident. I'd be like, oh, those guys are the big guns over there. But then number 3 is
The Nuggets.
Nope.
Fuck the Cavs.
Nope.
The Lakers.
Yep, it's the Lakers at 11.
Okay.
After that is the Knicks at 9, the Cavs at 9, then the Nuggets clock in at 5. And then we got
the Lakers have such an advantage because anybody who picks the Lakers to win the West, why not pick them to win the finals at that point? like I can't imagine that many people were like, okay, the bigs won't matter until we hit Boston. Then okay, I could see that being an issue.
We're going all the way. But then how do we stop Darius Garland? Ooh, I don't know. The Nuggets had 5. Did I say that? The Grizzlies have 1 and the Bucks have 1.
Okay. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Maybe a little more for the Bucks.
We got a Bucks optimist holding out here. We had 4 people, right, say they'd win the East, but only one said they could win it all.
Yeah. Well, that was what I was going to say earlier about the players, is that Giannis with 10 favorite players, like I don't know if anybody's lost more stock over the past couple of years than Giannis, who is still one of lowballing one of the 4 best players on the planet. And the Bucks have just been so up and down that the aura he's just bled aura for a year and a half at this point.
Yeah, there were arguments like not too long ago where for a while it was like he's arguably the best player in the world. Like I count defense in the best player in the world.
Yes.
So Giannis is my number 1. Then it felt like there was a little 3-way battle between him, Jokic, and Embiid, and now both of them have fallen off. So but nothing's even happened to him. He's still the same guy.
Yeah, I do remember a very distinct moment in time where it was Giannis versus Jokic and Embiid. Like, it was the 3-way thing. I feel like that happened before the Nuggets title, and so they're going three ways, and then it was like all of the, he plays defense, all that shit. And then Jokic won the title, and it was split. Like, some Bucks fans were like, hey, that's the best in the world. This is a crazy run. Yeah, and then some other Bucks fans were like, okay. It's still Giannis. I don't give a fuck.
Put him on that team, they'd still do it.
They'd still do it. I mean, hey, how many had? I don't know. They probably would. It was a great team, and they made a good run. Jamal Murray played out of his fucking mind. So
yeah, a Giannis-led Nuggets team could beat Miami.
Yeah. I don't know. It's I'm trying to think. Jokic-led Bucks team. Did they beat the Suns?
Oh, yeah.
I think they probably do. I
do.
just don't think it's in dramatic. Like go down 0-2 and have to fucking fight their way back in such dramatic fashion.
I think they do, because that was a great defensive team.
Holy shit! You talk about insulating Jokic with point of attack defense. Drew what a fucking dream.
We had Drew, and who was the other starting backcourt?
I think it was Connaughton.
We've done this before. Was it DiVincenzo? We have forgotten this exact piece of information before,
guys.
But
sorry, this is why there's only 10 Bucks fans in here. It's because we're always fucking forgetting who won him the title.
Yeah, and Jokic and that Brook Lopez, that's a pretty cool front court. So yeah, that'd be a real problem. But yeah, that's cool. Who will win MVP?
Okay. Timestamp.
Timestamp.
I'm gonna guess Shea is coming in at 1 here.
Yes, sir. At 92 votes. Whoa.
Jeez. Jokic is at a calm 40.
He's number 2 at 27.
Damn.
He's getting throttled out here.
The Thunder lobby. It's strong, dude.
It's the panhandle. What's a P word? The panhandle posse.
The panhandle profiteers, baby. They're just milking it for all it's worth. Shout out to them. They're holding strong. It's the power of collective action at work in this census. That's what I'm taking away.
Everyone needs to come up with their own lobby, your own pack names. Like we have the Brooklyn Mobbyists. We need everyone's got to come up with their own one. So
you could be the Panhandle Posse or the Panhandle Profiteers or whatever. You could take that if you want. Thunder fans, be a bit more vocal.
Yeah, but you got to come up with it because we're controlled by you. It's not vice versa.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jokic distant second. Do you have a feeling that that's how it is in the regular world?
I really can't get a grip on it in the regular world.
In the non-utopia. That is the regular world. That's not our Patreon.
Yes. Yeah. In the Patreon, everything's perfect, and Shea deservingly wins, and blah, blah, blah. I feel like it's closer with the voters than it is with most of the fans, if that makes sense. Because player to player, I really do feel like this is one of the closest MVP races we've had in a long time, especially if the Nuggets finish with the second seed.
What are they right now?
They're third, and I think they're 2 games behind Memphis for second. I think that would be an incredible run from Jokic, but I think it's just narrower, still in Shea's favor. Like if it's what did you say it was 82 to 27?
It is 92 to 27.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it'd be closer to like, 50-30, 60-40, some shit like that.
Who do you think is number 3?
Oh, Giannis?
Nope.
Oh, this is tough. Fuck. There's a name that I'm just like completely ignoring, I feel like. Is it obvious?
No, it is someone who I'm pretty sure cannot win MVP.
Luka.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't. He's eliminated from the games thing. Okay. Cool. Way to take this seriously, guys.
So after him is Giannis at 3. Then we have a bunch of 1s. So we've got Jaden Ivey 1, Jalen Brunson 1, Paolo 1, Cooper Flagg 1, Bryce Sensabaugh 1, and Amen Thompson 1.
Okay.
The Jill Steiners.
All those names. No. I guess.
No, well,
yeah,
not Bryce.
Just yeah, no, Bryce, he's a dark horse still.
Because his absence is showing how pathetic the Utah Jazz are. So it's a reverse MVP.
But for the rest of them, just making a pointless moral stand. Pick a side, you spineless cowards.
Bro, don't say pick a side while on our podcast, bro.
Pick a
As
side.
a competitor, they're
Nerd
all gonna leave.
sesh, you
No!
spineless cowards.
No, stay hot. No, don't leave.
Which one's So Shea, I'll give it. Jokic is the conservative candidate, and Shea's the Democratic ticket. Shea's blue fascism, Jokic is red fascism, and then everyone's just Jill Steining between the two. So that's good for them, I guess. They get to feel good.
Yeah. What's it called? So which part is okay? So this is an interesting one. If you were a GM, who would you start a franchise with if you couldn't pick Wemby? Hey, we don't even know if we needed to add that qualifier, huh? The people hate Wemby.
I guess, yeah.
Who do you think is number 1?
All right, this one is really difficult. How many votes does number 1 have?
Number 1 has 35 votes.
Oh, okay. Is this? Oh, it's Luka. It's Luka, right?
It is Luka. Booyah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's not even 26 yet. He would give you an incredible foundation on which to build the next decade of basketball.
It is very interesting, though, that Shea only has 3 votes here.
Yes, I did notice that while I was counting mine as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's shocking. I guess
same
you
age
either
as Luka.
go. Yeah, you either go like the incredibly young, full-on potential build route, or you go the Luka route, which it's hard to fault that. I really don't even think Shea's that much worse of like an offensive engine generator as Luka. He's like clearly worse, but it's not like this massive. It's not the gap between 35 and 3 votes. I just feel like maybe public opinion is lagging behind how good Shea really has been this season. Or maybe they just want to see it for longer and see it sustain for a deep playoff run, the way that we've seen Luka do like a number of times.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be closer. Like, I do think Luka's probably better, but that line gets shorter and shorter every year, it feels like, because Shea's he's a good defensive player, and he's leading this team. Like, he is very clearly the focal point, like, offensive engine of this Thunder team.
Yes.
And they are, what are they? They're way up. They're still up there, right? In offense?
Yeah, they're a really, really good offense. And yeah, I mean he is like the way I've said it all year is like you see 65 win teams that have the best player on them get put into MVP talks, and then you see 65 win teams where the guy in MVP conversations is the driving force behind them winning 65 games. To me, Shea is clearly the latter of those two this year. Like he's been insane.
So they are the number 6 offense in the league. So it'll probably just take louder playoff moments because Luka's just been unbelievable since he came in. But let's see who is next up after Luka. So number 2, it's not Shea. If you were GM,
Number 2 is not Shea.
Who would you start?
Is it Jokic?
It is Jokic at 16. How old is Jokic?
Okay. I think he's about to turn 30.
Okay. Yeah, so 16 for Nikola Jokic. So not a bad bet, because he's probably got. Well, we don't know how long he'll
The
play
real
for.
gamble is how long he wants to play. His game will age really well. The real gamble is just him being like, I'm done, and then leaving.
Yeah, I would hope we get at least 5 more really high level years out of him. But we'll see. But after Jokic is.
After Jokic, no Wemby. Is it a surprising name?
No, not really.
Damn. I'm trying to think. So it's not Shea, Anthony Edwards.
It is Anthony Edwards at 14 votes. Booyah. Yeah, young guy has taken a massive leap as a shooter. Still figuring out how to round out the rest of his game, how to balance everything, but
yeah.
Pretty,
to me,
pretty
that's
nuts
just
foundation.
so aura-pilled. The difference between Ant and Shea there. Which, like, Shea's like aura the guy, like, personified or whatever, but, like, that is insane for Anthony Edwards to have, like, 3 times the votes that Shea has.
Well,
that's
he is
crazy.
young, so... Oh, wait, how much younger is he?
He's younger. He's like 23, I think.
Yeah, I guess Shea is 2018 draft and he's 2020 draft, so it's really not much.
Yeah, no. It's not like the difference between, like, I don't know. The difference between 23 and 26 is a lot different than the difference between 26 and 29 to me.
Yeah. So
Ant is 23 years old and 191 days. He will be 24 this upcoming August. And if we go to Shea, let me see this shit real quick. He is he's 26 and 215 days. So he'll be 27 in July. So yeah, 3 years older.
Yeah, and so we got less Shea than we were expecting, but you thought the OKC, you thought they just disappeared? No. They were in here. They said Chet. We're starting it with Chet. So he's got the next most votes at 6. So that's pretty interesting.
What do you think the odds Chet ever plays at a level that Shea's at this season are?
It's almost impossible to compare just by virtue of position. Because he's never going to be an offensive engine.
Yeah.
But I have trouble placing Chet's ceiling. I think like how much, I guess the question is how much worse than Wemby will he be?
Yeah, that's funny. But I mean that is a good lens to look at it through, where it's like if Wemby's the DPOY 6 straight years or whatever, and he's constantly like MVP runner-up or something over the next few seasons, Chet will be firmly in those talks, especially if OKC... I guess the problem is just if we're not talking in this imaginary GM world and we're talking like actually what's going to happen in basketball, the transition of power from Shea MVP level guy to Chet MVP level guy would be very weird. It's not often that the media really rewards 2 guys like that. Like it would be tough for Shea to still be on the team playing at a really high level and Chet to be like an MVP finalist.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he ever won MVP, but I think he'll be like perennial all NBA guy. All defense guy. He'll
especially position. You want to talk about like beneficiary of positionless stuff? He's set up to not just get snubbed every year now.
Yeah, so that'll be great. After him, we've got a few people at 5. We have Cade at 5. We have Paolo at 5. We have Amen Thompson at 5. Right now, stake your claim. Who will be the best out of those 3? Who would you start with out of those 3?
I would right now. I would go Cade, but really, like I think it's a testament to the flashes that Amen's shown, where I kind of hesitate. And Paolo, I just like if we got 45 games of the Paolo that we saw at the beginning of this season, that's comfortably like a Cade-ish level player to me. Like I do feel like that's the guy who can be the focal point of an incredibly high level offense, just somebody putting an immense amount of pressure on the rim and supplementing it with good jump shooting and not doing like the jump shooting first, driving second type shit. Yeah, I'd probably go Cade, Paolo, Amen, but the thing with Amen is just potential. So if that looks stupid in a year because he's just exploded into this guy who's on a completely different career arc, which I mean, based off the last month or whatever that we just freaked out about, maybe that is him. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. I might be willing to go Amen already. I might be willing to take the gamble, even if it wouldn't pay off, just because I do think I'm still set on Cade's best basketball being played in a lesser offensive role, in a smaller offensive role. But yeah, either one of those two, and then I'd go Paolo. But then we have at 4 we have we have 2 people with 4. Both of them are Duke boys. Cooper Flagg has 4 votes, and
nice.
Jared McCain has 4 votes.
That's what I was going to say. Shocking to see Jared McCain. I mean, truly a sensational rookie season. Excuse me. I think a couple of those were Sixers guys who were like, I like the Sixers, and then just Sixers answers up and down the board.
My priority's not winning. It's having fun, and this is the funnest guy.
It's doing dances. Yeah, Flagg, not a bad answer, though. I mean...
He's a young guy.
He's a young guy. He looks incredibly good. Fuck. I saw a tweet that was like, what's different between him and Matas Buzelis? And it made me laugh.
That's like Wemby and Bol. What?
Yeah, it did feel a lot like that. Yeah. So, I don't know. Shout out to Flagg. Shout out to all those guys. But, fuck. Who was number 1 again?
Luka.
Yeah. Hard to go wrong there. I mean, really. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So the other people who got more than 1 vote, like I said, Shea had 3, Giannis had 2, Evan Mobley had 2, and then I believe that's it. Is there anyone? We got some interesting answers. We got JJJ, Jaren Jackson Jr. We got 1 Zach Edey.
Okay.
We got 1 Dyson Daniels. We got 1 Trey Murphy. We got 1 Ice Bryce. We got 1 Caitlin Clark. Oh, and Scotty has 2.
I think the Dyson Daniels one was from a straight up Australian guy.
Oh,
he
the
did,
Boomers
like, the
guy?
Australia. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, is he the best? I guess he is now, yeah, right?
Yeah, who else would it even be?
Simmons is cooked, Giddey's cooked.
Ingles is cooked, Patty Mills is cooked. Like,
and he must have dropped the Kyrie thing because of Sneeko. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we got 1 Şengün, AJ Debansa, Mohamed Dabone, Dylan Harper. I've been watching some Dylan Harper. Woof. Guys got a handle on it.
What a guy.
You know what I love about Dylan Harper? He's who in the NBA would you say spams behind the back dribble the most?
It was Luka for a second there. He's transitioned to more of a like the between the legs Harden type shit, kind of like baiting guys out on the 3-point line. But when you go watch his rookie stuff before he fully developed into that kind of player, he was spamming behind the back shit to go around people.
Yeah, I love it. I feel like Ja might be the guy, but I don't know. There's no one who like sticks out in my mind, and Dylan Harper, he loves it. He loves the behind the back. It's cool. Yeah, he's going to be a real engine. He also passes off a live dribble. He's crazy.
Okay.
Hey, VJ Edgecombe might be better though. We'll see. But yeah, Dylan Harper got 1 vote. Jarris Walker got 1 vote. Ben Pfeiffer's in here, huh?
Okay.
Tyrese Maxey and Jaden Ivey. So I bet the Jaden Ivey MVP guy. I bet that's who he went with.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So then the final category we got: which team has the best young core outside of OKC?
Nice. Okay. So This one's tricky. I don't feel like there's a unanimous answer. Like, there's not a Shea running away with it here or anything. Am I right?
No, not to the tune of like 90 votes. No.
Okay. Is this the Orlando Magic?
No, the Magic are third. Do you want to know no, they're fourth. Do you want to know the number?
Yes.
25.
Oh, okay. So fourth of 25. This is pretty balanced then.
Yeah, there's a clear top 4, and then there's a fall off.
Is it the Houston Rockets?
It is the Houston Rockets. They're number 1 at 46 votes.
Jeez. You guys like Şengün way more than I do. That's all I'll say.
You'll be sorry.
Hey. Shout out to Şengün. Oh, someone DM'd me. We got to start pushing the nickname Turkish Delight. Someone DM'd me on Patreon, and they were like, that's his nickname. So, Turkish Delight. That's him.
We'll see. I mean, is that the best option?
What would you call him?
I don't know, but like Turk Nowitzki, but I don't even think that's. I think that's better than Turkish Delight.
That's so
but
disrespectful to Dirk. What the fuck?
How about I call it?
That's just because somebody pretends to shoot mid range, they take tough shots. They get Dirk Nowitzki comps.
I have a nickname for you.
I have a nickname for you.
Okay, you go first.
It's Scene.
Scene what?
Seen these
no
balls
no
all over
no
your face. What's your nickname for me?
Jerk Nowitzki.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about the Scene thing, pal.
Who's number 2?
Okay, so Houston at 1, Orlando at 4, the Spurs at 2.
They are at number 2 at 31 votes. And then and the number 3 team has only one more vote than the Orlando Magic.
26. Memphis Grizzlies?
It is the Memphis Grizzlies. So, yeah. That's a young core that's already very successful. So, shout out them. But someone said that.
Whoa.
Oh no, I misread. Okay. Wait, what happened? Did we lag or something?
I think,
yeah,
but you just talked really fast. Oh shit.
Oh, I did. Okay, are we catching up? Yeah, I'll just keep talking. The Wizards are at 10, so that's cool. We got some Koulibaly heads in here. Blazers and Pistons.
You're not on Twitter. Did you see my bobblehead?
No.
Oh fuck! Keep talking. I'll go get it.
The Blazers and Pistons have 7 votes each. The Cavs are at 5 votes each. Garland and Mobley are pretty young, right? Memphis is at 4. Wait, what? Oh, so Memphis is higher. They separated the Grizzlies from Memphis again. Great. And did they separate the Pistons from Detroit? They did. These AI bastards. I hate the robots. And the only good Omnic is a dead Omnic. Say, comment down below if you get it. Raptors are at 3. The Jazz are at 3. The Pacers are at 1. The Cairns Taipans. Who's on the Taipans? I haven't watched NBL this year because I'm only on player number 2 of my draft watching. Well, I guess 3. I've watched a little bit of Cooper. But yeah, I don't think Rocco's there, is he? No, Rocco. I forget who's on the Taipans. Detroit is at 1. And the Heat are at 1. Oh, we got some Khalil Ware heads, so that's interesting. The best young core. The Rockets are interesting, because I love a lot of their guys, but we're waiting for one to step up. Oh, you missed. We have.
Sorry,
we have one.
I also went to the bathroom.
Wow, he's a liar.
I had to pee. Okay, before we get further off of the Koulibaly thing, I want to show this off. It's a double bobblehead. It's Alex Sarr and Koulibaly, and you can take the shit out of their hands. This is the little basketball he was holding, and you could replace it with other stuff. It has a little baguette that you could put in his hands, or a little French flag as well. And so they were giving these. It was French Heritage Night. Because Wemby was in town, and he kind of got fucking embarrassed and exposed, and barely even beat a bad team.
It's a recruiting night.
That's what I was telling Mallory all about your theory about Wemby coming to DC,
it's
baby.
happening. The Les Wizards.
They call them Les Sorciers. They have a T-shirt with it because that's
okay.
wizards in French. So yeah, it was Les Sorciers night.
Yeah, so there was a weird notable absence on the young core. Nobody put the Chicago Bulls, even though we have 9 players between 20 and 25 years old. What's up with that?
Whoa, that's surprising. It's like, I don't know. I've always been told quantity over quality.
What quantity of quality age? We have the best of both
guys
worlds.
who could be good. Guys who could be good.
Yeah, guys who you can't say are bad because they're young. So.
Yes. Oh shit! I'm out of focus. Come on.
And just like if anyone doesn't like our podcast, we're only 05, so it's gonna get better.
Yeah. We're learning all about this stuff. We're learning about Google Forms. We're learning about how hard it is to count votes and stuff. I'm not on that stuff. I just graduated from fucking Cocomelon and stuff. Guys, come on.
Bluey. I love when dogs like Bluey. My dog doesn't care. My dog doesn't care about the TV ever.
I don't know. My dogs have never cared about the TV.
My dog doesn't get scared of storms either.
Mom, you know the theme song.
I did see. I don't know it by heart, but I did see it in that video where the dog got hyped when it came on.
Okay. All right. So, any young core comments you want to make? I have a few questions here that are silly.
No,
we're definitely not going to ask all of them.
There was one Cairns Taipans from the NBL.
That was definitely that was the Dyson Daniels guy.
Well, it could be someone else, maybe.
No, I remember I hand tallied his thing.
I don't know. We'll have to go back and double check. Could be someone else.
Okay. Damn, how the fuck? Querer Mansam says, if you had to live in a fictional city, which one would you live in?
Ooh. It's kind of a weird question for me, though, because a lot of fictional cities are my favorite characters, and so you're asking me to live in my favorite character.
Like
the city of Gotham.
Like San Francisco.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'll go to San Francisco. Well, actually, tell me what the rents are. If it's the same price as current San Francisco, that's a problem.
I can't handle it.
San Francisco is so sick. But I would probably pick a Pokemon city, a seaside Pokemon city.
I was thinking a similar thing. I was thinking Studio. The problem with Studio Ghibli is that technically, it's always a war in the background of like every movie that he makes, and so like, if I were to live in a seaside village, there's like a 30% chance it gets bombed.
Well, you just gotta pick the right movie. There's what's the Marley one? There's something Marley. And it was just about, there was no war. It was just this.
Those island devils? What do you mean?
It was just a loser girl who would go to she had no friends because she's a loser idiot. She would go to this mansion, this like abandoned mansion in the middle of the night because she saw there were lights on, and she was hanging out with a ghost.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
And then the ghost
I would probably go.
Actually, I won't spoil it.
The Kiki's Delivery Service. That town.
Okay.
I think the main conflict in that one is that there's just a blimp that like her like little boyfriend crush is on, and he's like, "Help! I love aviation, but this blimp's falling." And she like learns she loses the ability to fly on her broom, and then she gets it back. So I'm probably watching all this shit going down, being like, "Kiki, yo, I fucking ordered a box of cupcakes and you're like 30 minutes late. Come on."
Ooh, she'll give you more for free. She's nice. She's nice. By the way, guys, Hudson Meyer, patron 499, 17 minutes ago. Next.
Welcome to the show.
We got one more guy to be the 500th.
Hey, so if you're listening to this right now, go. You need to go right now because it's probably already
go.
passed.
Oh, but you might have a shot at 1,000. We're blowing it. You guys literally realize we could be kings in Fukuoka, Japan right now.
Oh my god, $1,000 a month each in Fukuoka, Japan.
Oh.
I would buy a property twice a year. Like it'd be nothing to me.
I could have 7 apartments in each prefecture.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm at Sendai today.
I'm taking bullet trains around Japan because I'm doing spring cleaning on all my apartments. It's crazy.
I'm paying girls to kiss me. Looking.
Whoa. Okay. Luna says, I don't have a silly question, but you guys should talk about Vinland Saga on the pod more. Also, do you have any favorite cartoons or animated shows that aren't anime? I just finished Vinland Saga season 2, literally like 20 minutes before this pod.
Do you consider your life changed?
Yeah. I'm re-examining, the reasons that I like animes. I'm like, yo, is this fighting really the best way to solve this problem, you guys?
You're wondering if anybody has any enemies.
Oh, absolutely. I'm about to go watch Neon Genesis.
Oh, I think that's
whatever.
A depressing
and
one, right?
I'll be like, yo, aliens. You don't have to fight these giant robots, guys. We can all coexist. Come on, guys.
Rayquaza, you don't have to hyper beam Deoxys.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much. My life's changed. True warrior type shit. And I have a follow up to this one, which is who would win in a fight between Tumani Kamara and Bryce Sensabaugh. I can't remember who wrote that down. And so this calls into question whether or not Bryce is a true warrior. That was going to be.
He is a true warrior. He wouldn't fight. He's the guy who visits teammates in the hospital. So Taylor Hendricks.
What if he had to fight? What if Taylor Hendricks is in the hospital? Tumani Kamara's there. He's going to blow the hospital up. Would Bryce fight to protect those that he loves?
What weapon does he have?
Bryce?
If he has a gun from a mid distance, Tumani's done it for him.
Oh, mid-range shooter. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that was Chosby that asked that, by the way. Shout out to Chosby. Other than that, hey, you wanna call it hour 46?
Yeah. Well, let's do one more finale one.
Okay. Another one I wrote down. Palaver says, "Have you guys seen this?" Oh shit! Sorry. Have you guys seen this Kryptonian stuff in Metropolis on Twitter or the news at all?
Is he talking about the Superman?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else Kryptonian could mean.
I think that's where this guy's claiming that he's from, or that's where he's claiming. He's from Kansas, but he's also somehow from Krypton. Yeah, I'm sure that's real.
Yeah. Well, like, which is it?
I get your story straight. But yeah, just another. This guy at least isn't wearing a mask. But. Still.
So if you were to like pass him on the street, or like you don't have to be at work being like, God, who the fuck is this guy? Like you would know very clearly if you were like next to him.
Yeah, that is peace of mind, because like any psycho in a movie theater could be Batman or something, but I'll know. Superman, like he's jacked and he has that face. So.
Yeah.
And we know where he lives as well. He has like a big ice fortress or something.
Yeah.
So that part of it is.
I've been seeing reports that him and the Batman actually have encountered each other on multiple occasions. They actually get along a lot better than you'd think.
Of course,
I guess opposites.
Of course, the freaks get along.
Whoa. Okay. So I'm just curious to like. So how is the Superman a freak? I get the Batman thing. You have your prejudices, whatever, kink shamer, but the Superman is like. He's just trying to do good and like help humanity and stuff. He's got a very clear mission statement.
Yeah. So the Batman is obvious. We all know, like, wherever the Batman goes, 10 working class people have their spine shattered.
Brutalizing the marginalized classes.
He's been operating for how many years now? Crime rate not down, actually up. So great. The Batman, I don't have the same type of evidence yet. But this is we're at the point, like, this is when Elon Musk is building the submarine to get the kids out of the cave. And people are like, oh, this guy's a hero. This guy's funny. This guy's... And then it's only a matter of time. 10 years from now, we'll all know. We'll all learn more about the Superman and all the disgusting things he does. And, yeah.
I just think that's a really nihilistic way to look at the world, where it's like, you've seen other people before, be corrupted by positions of power, and so to look at is it like an inevitability when people encounter this stuff. I'm
optimistic about humans. I'm not optimistic about whatever these guys, because I don't believe the Krypton thing. But I do believe that this guy has superpowers because I see the footage of bullets bouncing off him and him leaping buildings in a single bound and stuff like that. But are you really going to tell me you can get the supernatural physical abilities, but it has you just fully normal mentally? That seems like kind of a stretch, no?
I don't know. I mean, so like... Bryce, is there something wrong with Bryce's brain just because he's that good at mid-range shooting?
It's a skill. It's a skill that he built up, and other people. I think it's sort of a superpower that
I've seen
by
plenty of
closeouts.
people work incredibly hard at mid-range jump shooting. They don't come close to Bryce Sensabaugh, and so, yeah, sure, he's probably improved it, but at some point there are things that you're born with.
Yeah, but he can't hurt anybody with mid-range shooting. He can only.
Oh, okay.
Well, he can hurt opposing defenses.
Yeah.
He could hurt Purdue, but no, he can't. He can't commit genocide with that. But Superman could definitely.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. So, are you looking for like more government oversight on the Superman, or
I'd like him?
You just want him taken?
I'd like him to be studied and regulated if possible. I'd like him to be de-armed. Ultimately, I'd like us to figure out a way to de-arm. I don't think it's good to have a guy out there capable of ending the entire planet single-handedly.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a valid concern. I mean, I would love us to reach a point as a society where, like, we de-arm everybody and everything.
And by the way, I'm not pulling that out of thin air. This is a proposal. There's another. I think he's a billionaire as well, so he could be another Elon. So don't think I'm co-signing everything this guy does.
Yeah.
But there's a guy there, Lex Luthor, and so he thinks he has a way to.
Is he LexCorp? Is that him?
Yes, I believe so. So he's claiming.
Oh.
He's claiming if he's able to study the Superman that he can disarm him. So, I think for everyone's safety that would be the best path.
Yeah, I guess so. Personally, I'm more worried about the guy. I'm more worried about what Luthor would do with the information as opposed to what Superman's already been doing with the powers that he has. Don't get me wrong, I don't love either of them, and it's a tricky situation. I see both sides, but I think there's a lot of ulterior motives that Luthor brings to the table.
I mean, if
we got it, Fizzy 78, happy 500, baby.
Fizzy 78, Fizzy.
Welcome to the show.
104.9.
Hey. On that note, let's get the fuck out of here, man. And Fizzy, shout out to you for number 500.
Should I message this guy and tell him? Yeah, I'm gonna message him.
Yeah, shoot him a message.
The 500th. Oh my god, I'm typing so bad. Patron. Yeah. How many exclamation points should I do?
10 or 5, one for each 100.
Okay. Is this? God, it's hard to tell. Wait. All right. Let me.
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, we will. What do I say after that? You're the 500th patron. Thank you. And congrats. We will tell. Oh shoot! This is a thing that's possible, right?
I'll tell the Discord. What, the custom flare?
Yeah, I hope that's. I don't know anything.
Yeah,
about
no, you can get because they just changed our flares on the Discord. You and me. They went and they took the soy face heads of us being like from our thumbnail And they made it so that pops up next to our name when you type in the Discord. So any image they have, really, I think you can make it into that.
Okay, we will tell the Discord mods to
give you a special thing.
Give you a special flare. F-A... How do you spell... Is it F-L-A-R-E? Or is it A-I-R?
I think it's A-R-E. Also, Fizzy just commented his census thing.
All right,
you're not making.
Hey, see if it. No, read it for a 500 special.
Okay. Let me see this. We have. Fuck. I have to open the app. So let me come here. Everything's loading. His favorite team is the Jazz. Fucking hell. Oh man, hold on. Oh my God, we just got another one.
Oh,
damn, dude.
Wait, is it Reed? Hey, you snooze, you lose, Reed. Suck it.
I guess. Okay, Fizzy78 commented. God damn, I can't navigate this thing. It won't bring up Fizzy's individually. It just brings me all of the 255 comments. So all I can know. And yeah, Reed just missed the cut. Yeah, that's who you're saying.
Wait, I should be it's the most recent one, right?
Mine don't organize by recency. God, what a fucking great ending to this episode. Is us just being completely unable to type on the phone or to navigate the Patreon app. Guys, thanks for listening. I'm gonna cut it here. Shout out to Fizzy. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to the Patreon. We love and support you so much, the way that you love and support us, no matter what you do in this life. Even if you break the law, we don't support that, because this is ultimately a comedy satire podcast. But
if you buy tickets to Bulls games, we do not support you.
Yeah, break in. Again, jokes. All right. I'm joking. Pal Gasol, take it away.
Lay down a list of what